How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Say Movie Night, Kevin. And today, what a day, what a special day. Because last week, or last time I recorded one of these, last time I had the gumption to make a movie night episode, I checked out a movie that was called Teen Musical, The Movie. I feel like that movie probably wasn't called that from the beginning. Like, it was clearly somebody who was genuinely trying to make a Christian musical movie, and the idea of High School Musical wasn't really in their mind while making the movie. It was in their mind when they realized that nobody would want to watch the movie unless they hopped on the coattails of something else. But what could it be? I mean, it came out last year. Probably should have come out 10 years ago, or never at all. Actually, I feel they named Teen Musical The Movie because High School Musical, the series, is that what it is? High School Musical, the series, is out on Disney. I'm guessing in an attempt to capitalize on that, that's what that movie was. But there's another Christian movie. It's called Sunday School Musical. And the name in and of itself, I think shows that this movie is slightly different than the other movie. Immediately, it invokes a chuckle. It's like, that's good. Almost too good. It's because this movie is put out by The Asylum, a production company that essentially makes parodies. They make knockoff movies. Transmorphers, The Day the Earth Stopped. Probably their biggest hit would be Sharknado. And Sharknado 2, The Sharkening. They make movies that are fake B movies. Like, they're genuinely low-budget movies, but they're also very self-aware. For example, with Sunday School Musical, it begins like this, as if somebody forgot to edit it off. And then it gets to this, which is like the opening card that you would send to the DVD people for a projectionist or something. I don't know. What I read was that the people at The Asylum, the production company, that isn't a Christian production company, went to like a Christian conference, and somebody there said, you know what we need to be doing in the world? We need to make something that's reaching the kids, like that High School Musical movie that all the kids are talking about. If you want to make a good Christian movie, then you'll make the Christian version of High School Musical. So they decided, ding, hey, we could do that. We have the technology. We have the ability. Have I set this up enough? I don't know why. I just feel like going into this, it's different because I kind of take any of these Asylum movies as humorous in and of itself. It's almost like the whole movie is some kind of practical joke. Is it, though? Maybe this will be a step out of their normal form. Maybe this will be a genuine movie. Maybe this will be a cringe fest just like last week. Or maybe this will be the greatest Christian movie ever made of all time. And there's really only one way to find out. So, grab your Sharknado DVDs and break them over your knee, because we've got this Christian version of Sharknado, which is Sunday School Musical. Let's begin. Faith Films. Like, I don't know if they're trying to trick the audience. I mean, I would never go as far as to say that The Asylum would attempt to trick some old grandma into buying the wrong DVD for their grandchild or anything. But we see right off the bat that, like, the music production compared to Teen Musical actually has a plan.
Let's get it. Let's go.
I'm just wondering if they were hoping that maybe they could trick grandma even after she puts the DVD in.
Fresh and dressed early in the morning, glance in the mirror and I'm feeling the view.
Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna be bumping this song in my Escalade, but these bad movies have broken my brain, and so compared to this,
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
yeah, this isn't that bad. Well, this young man who's hip-hopping down the street is our main character, Zachary. And it turns out he's on his way to the choir competition. And he arrives just in time. And you know this competition's super important because of how big the invisible crowd is. I mean, just listen to them all clapping. See, like, that's a funny edit. Somebody knew what they were doing. After that rap song, we cut to the first performance in the movie, which is this choir competition. And I'm sure you can tell from the amount of, how would I say, it's 2021, so carry the one. It's, soul that's in this performance that, this is supposed to be the inner city kids doing their choir competition performance. Whoa, Zachary. Not only does he have the flow, he's got pipes.
It doesn't matter if you've got the flow, like Lil Wayne, or the shoot hoops, like me, the president.
You need to stay in school.
I'm gonna let it shine.
The not inner city kids are just like, wow. Let it shine. Well, now it's time for the upper class kids to do their performance, and boy, is it boring.
Come the fount of every blessing. Come the fount of every blessing.
So what gets me about this is the inner city kids, they are clearly the winners in this whole choir competition situation. Like, it's no competition, really. But what ends up happening is some other choir ends up not showing up.
Due to a food poisoning incident involving egg salad.
And so they change the rules and say that the two get to go on to the nationals or whatever.
Nothing like this has ever happened before.
Nothing like this has ever happened before.
Congratulations.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would they get to move on? They weren't any good.
We finally made it.
Good work, guys.
Thank goodness for egg salad, right?
That's true.
This is whack.
And it is whack. It is whack, Zach, because winning states means winning
the grand prize of $10,000.
Lounge slide through the states.
Don't get distracted. States is in 1 month. You still have work to.
Where's she at? She's not even in the room. All right, well, on the way home from the competition, our three urban friends decide to have what else but a freestyle battle.
Rock the beat.
Manhole.
Now he's gonna freestyle about a manhole?
Come on. Come on.
Come on!
See me in the middle of the street, you would think I was a manhole. I got the rhymes people can't handle. Throwing up words like a spray can vandal.
Throwing up words?
I get money, but I don't panhandle. Work hard, train hard like a Mando soldier. I'ma be just like my pops when I get older. So I'ma be brave just like them, play it just right, and everybody listen and watch.
Whoa. That was good.
Whoa, that was pretty good, even though you kind of stopped talking about manholes there at the end. I just feel like there's a lot of like metaphors and similes that you could use related to man and hole, and like living in a hole that's made for man, and it's a street that's full of crap down with the Ninja Turtles or something. A big missed opportunity there. Fortunately, Zachary rapping about his father reminds Zachary's friend about Zachary's father.
How's your pops?
He's good. I just got an email from him. His tour's almost over, a couple weeks.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool. Your pops is on tour, huh? Well, enough about that. It's time for Andrea to give her freestyle rap.
Bring that beat back. Crossroads is lame. They got no game and they... Walk of shame.
Whoa! That sucked. But that's okay. Everybody's having a good time. I barely even noticed that cars keep disappearing in the background. These are the things that kind of stick out to me as clearly these are people who know about movies. They're like, oh yeah, when we do the reverse shot, and we're doing all the character development, and we're getting our close-ups, we'll just be totally lazy about it and not worry about continuity in the background. But, like, with real Christian movies, they don't even know what any of that means. In this movie, they actually have some character development. They're friends, they get along, and how much you want to bet later something's gonna come between them. Well, that's when, at dinner, Zachary gets some devastating news.
Today I found out I lost my job.
She lost her job? Why does this always happen in movies?
Somebody's got cancer. Somebody lost their job. American persecution complex.
Can you get a new job?
Is that his brother? What's going on here?
That takes time, and there just aren't a lot of jobs in this area.
But this has some ramifications.
We're gonna have to move in with your aunt.
We're moving?
What about the competition?
That's like 45 minutes away.
Okay, just listen.
How am I supposed to listen when you keep crossfading before you finish a sentence?
Talk to Aunt Janet, and we've got you set up in schools.
Set up? Wait, so you knew this was gonna happen?
Well, I had an idea that my job was in jeopardy, but...
If you keep pointing out plot holes, Zachary, we'll be here all night, okay?
What about my friends and my choir?
This isn't easy for any of us, okay?
If Dad was here, we wouldn't have to move.
If Dad wasn't out on tour with Dr. Dre, this wouldn't have happened.
That's not fair.
Whatever.
So Zach storms off, mad about this devastating news, and he goes onto the roof. And what do you think's about to happen? What happens in these movies when somebody goes off mad? They dance it out. They dance out the anger. Ugh. I call this the pinball dance. I mean, it's not as good as Zac Efron dancing on the golf course, but it's still pretty great. Zac dance. Well, that's when his best friend comes along to see how he's doing.
Hey.
Hey.
You seem stressed.
Is it because there's no sound other than our voices?
Nah.
Tell me.
I'm moving.
What are you talking about?
You look like you're sitting still.
My mom lost her job and we have to move. She already has me set up in another school.
And she can't believe it.
I can't believe this. I can't believe you're leaving. You can't just leave like this. We need you. We're going to States.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to go without me.
Oh, that's it.
Hammer time. That's when they sing at each other.
Hold up 1 minute. Do you think that I want it this way?
Woman, don't you try to turn it all around.
Boy, you're not gonna turn this around on me.
Cause what goes around comes back around.
Skipping town right before we get the chance to go to States.
At least this is actually a musical, right? Like they're singing to each other and singing their thoughts. I assume that's what a musical is.
And if you didn't wanna leave, then you would try to stay.
They're making a lot of assumptions here. You just said like 2 lines and now you're singing about it? And I know that you prepared the song in advance because I've seen your freestyle work.
Walk of shame.
Well, congrats, you're out the hood now, and you're moving on up to the east side, right?
Gotta relocate, Dre. You got it easy.
It's not gonna be breezy, not lemon squeezy for sheezy, my.
You must be blind if you can't see the pressure this.
All right, enough of that. Let's check out Zach's new school. Home of the Cougars, of course. It's always the Cougars, isn't it? I think in California, their schools are in hotels. And his first class is, of course, home ec. But with all these, like, children's sports posters on the wall. Also, this mirror kind of threw me off at first because I'm like, why does he have all of those, like, cooking supplies stuck to the wall? How is he doing that? Just a weird set design decision.
Hello.
I don't have any cash on me.
This is perfect. We're assigning new pairs today.
And guess who he gets paired up with? The girl from the other choir.
I'm Savannah.
Of course you are. And here she teaches him what shortening is and how to crack an egg. You know, girl stuff.
And it opens.
So that's why they call you guys crackers.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, it seems like there's gonna be a little bit of tension here between these two. Boy, this is awkward that all of his classmates happen to be all the kids in that other choir.
What on GGE are you doing in my Bible study class?
GG what?
God's greenery.
Wait, there's a Bible study class? So it's like a private school?
We have a new student today, Zachary.
Or is this Sunday school? Are all the classes extracurricular classes?
Your homework was to read the Tower of Babel.
Like read about it or literally read the tower? I tried to read it, but it was in too many different languages. Well, it seems like there's gonna be some tension in this class as well.
Bow wow.
First day of school finally over. Well, after his first day, Zachary has a heart-to-heart with his aunt, who I think might be a genoid?
School's just kind of rough, you know.
Is there something you like? I mean, is there a choir you can join?
Is there something you like? I mean, is there a choir you can join?
I would never join their choir.
Okay. Well, that's something.
Okay, well, that's something.
That's when his mom shows up, and once again has some bad news. It turns out the military has extended his father's deployment for another 6 months.
The military extended your father's tour for another 6 months.
No! Boy, that really changes things. I thought his dad was like a professional rapper because I'm a racist. And because he was rapping earlier. He said,
I'ma be just like my pops when I get older.
So I thought he meant using his rhyming and freestyle skills to make money. And he also said this.
This tour's almost over, you know, a couple weeks.
But he meant he's on, like, military tour. It's all making sense to me now. I was confused, but I'm no longer confused. And everything's better. And I don't feel as bad now that I've talked my way out of that situation.
It's gonna be all right.
I don't understand. Like, he's deployed. That means he's getting deployment pay. They should have been able to afford to stay where they were at. Well, this makes Zach have to go back up onto that same roof, even though
That's like 45 minutes away.
and sing with a voice that we've never heard out of him before.
I've never been so scared.
This is like the reflective moment where he's like, why is everything going wrong for me? Even though the song sounds a little bit more like it's coming from the perspective of somebody dying.
What's on the other side?
But I get the feeling things might just turn around for this young man at some point. I hope. We don't know. We'll see. Don't do it, Zach. Don't jump.
One step at a time.
I'm climbing my mountain, one step at a time. Well, as sad as I feel for Zach, I'm sure we're all wondering what's going on with his old choir director. What's she up to right now?
This church means everything to me.
The church is in financial trouble.
$10,000 is a lot of money.
If only there was some sort of singing competition
The grand prize of $10,000.
that could get them back on top again and save the community center. I mean, the church. Also, I guess this choir competition includes both churches and schools. Then we cut over to Savannah Banana, where her and her dad connect with this heartwarming story of what her mother would do when she was stressed. Her mother, of course, being dead, because it's this kind of movie.
She would put a piece of bubble gum in her mouth and she would blow a big bubble. She'd say, "Dear God, make this bubble take away my trouble." And when it popped, they were gone.
I didn't know she did that.
That's weird. Then we cut over to Savannah Banana and Zach back in their home ec class. Why do they have to sit in such short chairs? It's not fair. I can't wait for Sunday school. Well, that's when she asks him the big question. Will he join the choir, the new choir, at the hotel school?
You might want to join our choir.
But he says no. Well, later on, we're back in Bible class, and Michael Knowles does his presentation, and it's as unbearable as you would expect.
Each Swaza, it depicts each apostle's reaction when Jesus said one of them would betray him.
It's really unfair, seeing as how he's 28 years old. He's had so much more time to prepare.
But Mrs. Stewart, I was just getting started.
I know, and you've gone above and beyond as always.
This guy's, where's he doing stand-up now? Because clearly he's quite the comedian.
No.
But then when Zach is asked to give his presentation, he doesn't have it ready yet.
You didn't do the assignment?
This is his first week at the school.
Zachary, I've had to speak to you before about not completing assignments.
What? When? Didn't he just start this school? Well, this lands him in detention. But not normal detention, the most convenient for the plot kind of detention.
You'll report to the choir after school.
I am confused a little bit about the schooling situation here. It's like a private school. All they do is have like Bible study, home ec, choir. Like, do they never learn math or science? But wouldn't you freaking know it? While he's there cleaning, he can't help but notice that they're not very good at singing. So he decides to show them how it's done.
With my old choir, we used to put our own spin on things.
At my old school, we used to put our own spin on things.
We just did whatever we felt, and then songs became ours.
Yeah, but you're talking to a bunch of white kids. They are just doing what they feel. That's when he does a song for everybody.
Listen to me, y'all. You gotta do your own thing.
You guys forgot this was a musical, didn't you?
Listen. I got a song way down in my spirit. Let me talk to you for me.
And these girls are loving it. They're like, this is great. I've never had this much fun since I discovered cargo shorts.
Let me hear you sing.
Hey, ho. Ooh, Savannah, girl. Dance now. You know, I want to enjoy this amazing choreography, singing and dancing and breakout song, but I just can't help think about how much he's betraying his old choir and his real friends. Wow, he really taught those kids to dance.
So, does this mean that you're going to join our choir?
I'm not sure. Well, why not?
Because you guys are too needy. I'm a little uncomfortable around all you guys.
We can't just invite people to join willy-nilly.
If Zachary decides he wants to join our choir, then I'd love to have him.
I bet you would.
All in favor?
Meanwhile, Zachary's old choir is having a hard time without him.
Don't you think Zachary could make that flow?
Zachary's not here.
Oh, fine. Let's just move on.
Okay, I thought he was here.
We're done for the day, so we'll just pick it up tomorrow. Bye.
But then, look who decides to show up.
Hey.
Frickin' Zach.
I actually just came from rehearsal too.
What rehearsal?
Betrayal.
You realize you joined up as a competition.
So you think they're competition now?
Well, maybe now they are.
I mean, they are kind of competition, right? Weren't they in a competition together?
Peace.
And chicken grease. Man, I could have sat in an empty practice room at my other school. Then we get another song. Zach officially joins the choir.
Zachary, he's gonna join the choir.
Teacher's pet guy doesn't like that.
This could really be the downfall of the Crossroads Choir.
Miles, you need to stop being so stubborn all the time.
I'm Savannah. I'm perfect and wonderful and
Oh, is he gonna sing? I'd rather.
I'm the preacher's little girl, and my choir's gonna sing. If I pound the piano louder, then they'll never hear a thing.
Man, this music is so freaking catchy. I'm sorry, everybody, but I'm loving it.
You're not the boss. Who do you think you are? You're not the boss.
Whoa, geez, dude. She's gonna be the boss when she throws your butt in jail for assault.
You're not the boss of me.
Well, if you think things have gotten crazy, well, it's about time for the Bible teacher to raise the stakes.
So unless you get a B or better on the next test, you will not be allowed to participate in the choir.
What? You're allowed to do that?
It's the only way I can think of to get through to you.
The concept of time in this movie is a little off.
All right, remember after school?
Is she asking if he remembers the concept of after school? But don't worry, all of that goes nowhere. Zach does get to stay in school because Savannah starts tutoring him. Perfect. Good. Great. Let's move on, because 45 minutes away, there's another problem.
We're out of ideas and we're out of money. Hawthorne will be closing its doors at the end of the month. What?
What if we win the prize money at States?
We don't have money to send you to state. Believe me, I've tried.
I even tried dressing up as Cinderella and going to kids' parties.
Andrea, where are you going?
Out of here.
I'm gonna go dance my problems away on a rooftop. Dance it out. Seriously, though, that is what she goes to do. But little does she know that Zach is also on the rooftop with his new girl. Bum, bum, bum.
Sounds like fun.
Dre,
While you've been busy with your new choir, Hawthorne Church is shutting down.
are you serious?
Guess you left just in time.
Dre, I don't want to fight with you.
Of course you don't. Everything's perfect for you now.
You're very good with women.
I wasn't going to put this part in the review just because I was like, oh, this isn't really part of the main plot, but I actually do have a few things to say about. So they had this moment where they go to church. It's basically the moment where we, the audience, will finally get to see what Zach's been doing with his new school choir. And I got to say, it's just not what I was expecting. They do this a cappella version of Be Thou My Vision. It's just a strangely heartfelt, creative choice that they made that I just wasn't expecting in this crappy movie. But speaking of, let's cut back to some of the people from the old choir doing another freestyle.
Tree, it goes straight to me, and then when I eat it, I get a...
All right.
I don't know.
Every time they freestyle, it's so endearing. Just joking around, playing like kids do. I don't know, man. I guess I'm old. I just think it's great seeing some kids having a good time together. All right, well, let's get back to the main plot because things are really ramping up. And after Zach finds out about the financial woes of his old church, he has a brilliant idea.
We want you guys to join our choir.
Isn't that against the rules or something?
No, Margaret read the entire rule book. It doesn't say anywhere in there that we can't.
It's like Air Bud.
Ain't no rules said the dog can't play basketball.
So they decide that they're going to join forces.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Now that our choir's down to only 4 people, I guess, sure, let's do it.
I guess this is the only option.
So you'll do it?
Yeah.
I just want to win.
For Jesus. Now it's the state competition.
Oh, no.
What you gonna do?
COTGYC. What? Church of the Gospel Youth Choir.
They have way more soul than we do.
They've won the past 3 years.
They're like 30 years old.
And now presenting the Church of the Gospel Youth Choir.
None of them are youths. And boy, are these guys good.
When I'm walking, I praise. When I'm talking, I praise.
But maybe they aren't so good, because that's when the really old guy on their choir does something really mean. Pointing at our choir.
I'm gonna go check something out. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, I thought that maybe it was her mom showing up. What's wrong? She's pregnant, probably. Savannah. Remember the bubble, Savannah. Heck yeah! She put all her troubles in the bubbles. Trouble bubble. Hey guys, I blew all my troubles away. But what was that guy pointing at them for, I bet you're wondering? Well, here we find out.
Cannot allow two choirs to perform together.
But there's nothing in the rules.
Please don't do this.
I really do apologize.
But there's nothing in the rules. Mention that there's nothing in the rules. You said that you read everything in the rules.
Guys, it's okay.
It's not okay. This isn't okay.
It's terrible, but there's nothing that we can do about it.
You could have mentioned the rules thing.
I might have an idea.
I think you've done enough. This is all your fault anyway.
What we did here was something really great.
What are you talking about?
We united two very different groups of people, and we made it work.
Play the race card.
I think we may have an argument.
I'm sorry, but are you saying we can't perform because we unified? You don't want unity?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all.
So they go to talk to the judges.
We understand your concern about fairness.
We understand your concern about the fact that my hair changed between scenes.
We just want the chance to do something that means so much to all of us.
Oh, well, if it means something to you, then I guess it's fine.
I just don't feel right about letting you compete against the other team. I also don't like the idea of you not having the opportunity. You will not be eligible for the prize, but you may go out there and sing.
Essentially, they're just calling them out on their bluff. But this really means a lot to us to perform. Okay, sure. Go on. Get up there. Perform. We won't stop you from doing that. So they do. How much you guys want to bet? Somebody will give them the money before the movie's over. And as Zach is giving his best impersonation of Sister Act 2 ever with a microphone that's not even plugged in.
Jesus is my portion.
That's when we see Dawn. You're like, where blue? Which blue? Any blue. Every blue? And it turns out Zach wasn't only teaching this choir to sing. Check these moves out. They really did try hard. Yeah!
So what'd you think?
A little lame.
Incredible.
The time has come to announce the winner. Church of the Gospel Youth.
They did it.
We feel that we should give over the award and the title.
What?
The Hawthorne Crossroads Choir.
But you're the one who made them not eligible in the first place, you jerk. I'm sorry about before. We just needed some tension in the movie.
So, the church?
I thought that was voiceover. So, that was my summer. The church, the choir, and everything turned out okay. And I fell in love with two girls. Oh. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday School Musical. As much as I would like to say, man, this movie is surprisingly good. Because it is. And I would like to say it, but I'm not going to. And the reason why is because this movie still is pretty lame, super cliche, extremely low budget, and obviously just a cash grab. So many like production mistakes and stuff, and none of that is necessary. Not from a company that made so much money off of Sharknado, you know? You know, I was actually surprised at how not funny it was. I do think the Asylum was hoping that it would come across to actual Christians as a sincere movie, and they're hoping that it might get caught up in the zeitgeist and might just be accepted as a Christian movie. They went to the Christian conference, they saw like some Christian movies, and they were like, well, we can at least do better than this, right? Right, guys? Let's actually do this. Like, the bar's not very high. Let's actually try to make a Christian movie. And if Christians buy it, then we'll make money off of it. But there's just too many clues in it. Christians would rather have a crappier movie than this, but be clear that it's somebody who, like, grew up in the world of Christianity. In the end, better movie than I was expecting, worse movie than most movies. That's mainly what I can say. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. And good night. How's it going, guys? Thank you so much for watching this. You know, the whole journey of watching this movie has been quite the experience, both reviewing it and watching it and everything. And there's so much in this movie that's just so odd and interesting that I couldn't put in the review because I didn't want it to be forever long. But if you do want to see all of my reactions to the entire movie, you can check it out over at SGK Plus. Every single week, I watch a movie that ends up becoming a review, and it's a blast. You guys get to join in the chat, and you get to support the show, so it's a win-win for all of us. Some of the great people who who do that I'm really grateful for are Joseph Holmes and Nathan Clarkson over at the Overthinkers podcast, a great show that I've been on myself several times, the Voicey Here YouTube channel, Jacob and Emily Rugrock, Amanda Stewart, James Tuttle, and Lindsay Dunn over at oneofmystories.com. Thanks so much, guys. I'll talk to you next time. Good night.
I'm the preacher's little girl.